Welcome to another exciting episode of Real Talk, where we embark on a captivating journey through the world of cinema. I'm your host, Josh Bell, and today we're taking a delightful trip down memory lane to the 1980s. Join us as we revisit two quirky Disney films, Mr. Boogedy and its sequel, Bride of Boogedy. While these films may not be considered cinematic masterpieces, they hold a special place in the hearts of 80s kids and families, offering a nostalgic and whimsical experience. We'll provide them with a combined rating of 6 out of 10 as we explore their campy charm and the unique quirks of the sequel. Now, let's step into our cinematic time machine and embark on an enchanting, nostalgic journey. First, let's talk about the campy charm of Mr. Boogedy. Mr. Boogedy is a Disney television movie released in 1986 and has become a cult classic known for its campy charm. This endearing quality has brought it to fans of all ages, making it a beloved piece of 1980s nostalgia. Let's dive into what makes this campy charm in Bride of Boogedy, or excuse me, Mr. Boogedy, so enduring. First, we have a whimsical haunted house. At the heart of Mr. Boogedy is a delightful, spooky haunted house. The house itself is an iconic character in the film with its eerie atmosphere, creaking doors, and hidden surprises. The campy charm lies in the house's blend of whimsy and scariness, making it a place where fantastical horrors await. Next, the playful special effects. The special effects of Mr. Boogedy are far from cutting edge by today's standards, but they add to the film's campy appeal. Ghostly apparitions, floating objects, and Mr. Boogedy's green tinted visage are all part of the fun. The charm comes from recognizing the limitations of the era's effects and appreciating them for their nostalgic value. Third, we have the over the top characters. The characters in Mr. Boogedy are all larger than life, and they embrace their eccentricities. From the bumbling but lovable Ghostbusters team to the ghostly antics of Mr. Boogedy himself, the film's characters revel in their over the top personas. Their exaggerating performances add to the film's playful charm. Fourth, its silly but endearing story. The plot of Mr. Boogedy is undeniably silly, but undeniably endearing. It follows the Davis family's move to Lucifer Falls and their discovery of the haunted house. As they try to deal with Mr. Boogedy's mischievous antics, the story takes delightful and unexpected turns. The campy charm is in its ability to captivate the audience through a mix of humor and supernatural shenanigans. Fifth, the nostalgic humor. The humor in Mr. Boogedy is nostalgic in itself, from the family's perplexing decision to move to a town named Lucifer Falls to the vintage Ghostbusters team. The film's humor taps into a unique brand of 80s nostalgia. It's the kind of humor that feels like a warm hug from the past. The campy charm of Mr. Boogedy lies in its ability to balance spooky fun with whimsy. It's a film that celebrates the art of storytelling, the magic of haunted houses, and the joy of 80s nostalgia. For those who grew up with it, Mr. Boogedy remains a beloved piece of their cinematic memories. And for new viewers, it's an introduction to the delightful world of campy charm and horror comedy. Next, the sequel, Bride of Boogedy. Following the success of Mr. Boogedy, Disney decided to treat audiences to a sequel in 1987, aptly titled Bride of Boogedy. While not as widely remembered as its predecessor, this sequel continues to carry the campy charm and nostalgic appeal that fans of the original love. Let's explore the whimsical world of Bride of Boogedy. First, we return to Lucifer Falls. Bride of Boogedy brings us back to the quirky town of Lucifer Falls, a setting that had become a beloved part of the original film's charm. The return allows fans to rekindle their connection with the unique and fantastical elements of the town. Second, we have some new characters and old favorites. The sequel introduces new characters to the story, along with the return of familiar faces from Mr. Boogedy. The inclusion of characters like Tom Lynch, who becomes the film's narrator, adds a fresh dynamic to the narrative. Still, it's the return of Mr. Boogedy and his playful but mischievous presence that fans find endearing. And third, it has more haunted hijinks. Bride of Boogedy continues to deliver on the haunted house hijinks and supernatural mayhem. The titular bride, played by Tammy Lauren, adds a new layer to the story, and her character's interactions with Mr. Boogedy result in a delightful and campy twist. The film maintains the balance between spooky and humorous, just as fans of the original would expect. Fourth, it has a blend of horror and humor. Much like its predecessor, the sequel is a perfect blend of horror and humor. While the scares are more whimsical than terrifying, they still manage to capture the playful spirit of supernatural antics. The humor is both nostalgic and timeless, ensuring that new viewers can appreciate the charm as well. It is again filled with that 80s nostalgia. Bride of Boogedy continues to evoke a strong sense of 80s nostalgia. From the fashion to the music to the special effects, the film is a delightful time capsule of the era. This nostalgia, paired with the campy storytelling, is what endears it to the audiences of all ages. Bride of Boogedy is a charming and playful sequel that offers a return to the whimsical world of Lucifer Falls and the supernatural shenanigans of the Boogedy family. While it may not have achieved the same level of recognition as the original, it remains a beloved part of 80s nostalgia and an extension of the campy charm that Disney captured so well in the first installment. For fans of the Davis family and their haunted house adventures, Bride of Boogedy is a delightful continuation of the story. Next, we'll talk about the nostalgia factor for 80s kids and families. When it comes to family friendly horror from the 80s, few titles elicit as much nostalgia as Mr. Boogedy and its sequel. These Disney television movies, released in 1986 and 87, offer a perfect blend of spooky fun and charm, making them cherished classics for 80s kids and their families. So let's dive into the nostalgia factor that surrounds these delightful horror comedy films. First, they are a gateway to horror. For many 80s kids, Mr. Boogedy and Bride of Boogedy were their first foray into the world of horror. This was true for me. These films served as a gentle introduction to the genre, combining humor and lighthearted scares that were just spooky enough to captivate young imaginations. The nostalgia lies in the memories of being both terrified and delighted by these films. More nostalgia from their quirky characters. The films are known for their quirky characters, particularly Mr. Boogedy himself, a ghostly figure with a green tinted face and a penchant for playing tricks. The whimsical and somewhat eccentric personalities of the characters contributes to its nostalgic appeal. The films are filled with memorable moments, from the family's move to Lucifer Falls, the unveiling of the haunted house, to the hilarious attempts to rid themselves of the pesky ghost. These scenes are etched in the memories of those who grew up with these films, and they continue to bring smiles to their faces. Fourth was the family bonding. These films were perfect for family viewing. 80s kids have fond recollections of watching Mr. Boogedy and Bride of Boogedy with their parents and siblings, snuggled up on the couch and sharing the experience of the film's delightful mix of horror and comedy. These movies hold a special place in the collective nostalgia of family bonding over spooky stories. For many, watching Mr. Boogedy and Bride of Boogedy as adults is like taking a nostalgic trip back to our childhoods. The films evoke the innocence and joy of youth, and they continue to be a source of comfort and nostalgia for those who grew up with them. The nostalgia factor for 80s kids and families surrounding Mr. Boogedy and Bride of Boogedy is a testament to the enduring appeal of these charming horror comedy films. Their ability to capture the imagination, create lasting memories, and serve as a cherished part of many viewers' childhoods is a testament to their timeless charm. As we conclude our exploration of Mr. Boogedy and its sequel, Bride of Boogedy, it's clear that these Disney television movies hold a special place in the hearts of those who grew up with them. They are a delightful blend of campy charm, supernatural humor, and 80s nostalgia, offering a unique brand of family-friendly horror. For many, Mr. Boogedy and Bride of Boogedy are a journey through nostalgia, evoking memories of childhoods. These films transport us back to a time when we first discovered the joy of spooky stories and supernatural shenanigans. The heart of both films is the whimsical haunted house, a place where fantastical horrors come to life. These supernatural settings are filled with memorable characters, playful special effects, and a delightful mix of horror and humor. The enduring appeal of Mr. Boogedy and the Bride of Boogedy lies in their timeless blend of that horror and humor. While the scares are lighthearted, they capture the essence of supernatural fun that appeals to audience of all ages. Bride of Boogedy allows us to return to the enchanting town of Lucifer Falls, where quirky characters and supernatural secrets await. The return brings a sense of continuity and adventure to the story. These films are a treasure trove of nostalgia, from the fashion and music to the special effects and the charmingly over the top characters. They serve as a delightful time capsule of the era. Mr. Boogedy and Bride of Boogedy are more than just movies. They are cherished pieces of that nostalgia. They are a time capsule of a past when we were all just kids. They remind us of the joy of family friendly horror, the magic of supernatural adventures. These films continue to be a delightful part of cinematic memories, offering a unique brand of campy charm and whimsical storytelling that captivates audiences of all generations. And that's going to wrap up this episode of Real Talk, where we've delved into the whimsical world of Mr. Boogedy and its playful sequel, Bride of Boogedy. We've looked at its campy charm, its enduring nostalgia, and the supernatural adventures that continue to make these films beloved by fans of all ages. And we're excited to let you know that next week we'll be taking a cinematic journey back to 1942 to discuss the original Cat People. It's a classic that continues to captivate audiences with its enigmatic storytelling and atmospheric cinematography. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic adventure. And if you have any thoughts, suggestions, or films you'd like me to explore in future episodes, please don't hesitate to reach out to our email. It is therealrealtalk@gmail.com. Again, that's therealrealtalk@gmail.com. Until next time, stay tuned for more captivating discussions of the world of cinema. This is Real Talk, signing off.